recording? Yeah, you're on. Do I have to? I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. Just like, just, just keep it going. Let's see where this goes. No, no, no. What is up, everybody? RedSon rising back again, and Spaghetti didn't wanna continue on with the whole thing. He's nervous. He's just trying his best. He's a nice guy. I've known him for a little bit. He's not too hard to deal with. He's quiet, but he's cute. It's weird to start these things because like I know I can't edit any of this without like downloading something onto my computer that's probably gonna give it more viruses than I bet you guys can imagine what something with a shit ton of viruses. Most of them are on the corner a few nights a week. Yeah, it's weird. Like I should really come into these things with more scripting. And always what I do is like I have like a general basis of how I'm gonna start it, but no idea where it goes. Because it usually just ends up being me talking for a little bit. And I don't know if anybody else is doing. I don't know if anybody else. I haven't seen anybody big doing what I'm doing. But like, I don't see anybody. But maybe there's a reason for that. It's like, what do the people like? They want gaming playthroughs. They want beauty tutorials. They like it when you do reviews for things. They like it when you talk about popular things. Well, what are you doing? I'm just kind of staring into the camera and saying stuff that I can think of. Is it about anything? Nothing in particular. Usually just the thoughts of ya boy. And it's just like I said, there's no like real way I can figure out how to start this. And apparently, starting all of this is a bit that I can do for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see how I can start this. Start. Like how you think bigger YouTubers look back at like the first video that they make and just kind of sit there and cringe? Cause like, so what are you doing right now? Oh, just a one man podcast. I don't even want to call this a podcast. This is me talking to myself and hoping that there's somebody else out there who can learn from my point of view. Or maybe somebody who can convince me to follow their point of view. Because I think I said it in the last video I did. It was about me being bored, me like saying like why like you shouldn't hate people for like this stupid for like nerdy shit like I have back there. But also you shouldn't be like, oh, sports, that's dumb. Because I've seen like some YouTubers who have been doing this for a while, and I just decided to go to the very back of their channels and see what like the first few videos they've come up with. And it's always like most of it is strange, because like people who are like die-hard movie critics now, they have like 30-minute videos. They change it up every once in a while to like make it to where it's like, oh, I didn't even know about it. Or it's like, I'm gonna chop this up into 5-second frames so that the YouTube Content ID bot doesn't immediately flag it as copyright. And I'm over here like I don't have anything to copyright. Like, what are you dealing with? Various things I can put on my head, a shirt. That's it. It's still strange, but so far I like it. Like, I think the reason people like podcasts rather than like what I'm doing right now is that there's a dynamic between the few people that are there. Like Joe Rogan's a big one. Uh, he just has like him talking to another person, and he's willing to learn on a lot of the things that he's doing, or at least he has a cynical view on people who have legitimately stupid ideas and points of view. But there's no like real point of view. But like it's always him learning and somebody else who is educated enough to have their point of view. And every once in a while he'll bring on like a guy or somebody else who'll have like a ridiculous point of view, and he wants to like figure that person out. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody hates what's his name? Ben Shapiro. But I don't want to look up why because I don't need that in my life. If you pay attention to politics and you're not a politician, then why should you give a shit? It's just so weird for me. And then he brings on that Alex Jones guy, and he ends up creating all the memes that we've laughed at like 2 years ago, I think. Like all the they put something in the water that turns the freaking frogs gay. He ends up doing something stupid like that, and that spirals out of control. It's just a it's just one person willing to learn or two people with information, and they just share it between each other until eventually one of them learns the most. I honestly do think it's a good idea. But if I ever had anybody on here, I don't have like the friends necessary to do a podcast. Like, who do you have? I have a lot of stupid friends. Like, really stupid friends. And no, Google, I don't want to talk to you. I do have a ton of them, and not a ton. I'm a nerd. I don't have friends. I have 10 people I like, and eight of them are still 8 of them are willing to talk to me. But I had to be the smart guy in the group to make sure that like one person didn't end up falling off a cliff. If but some people will say like you're not the smart guy, you're this guy. Hey, and it's not until like getting a consensus for like who you are as like the group character. Like everybody you secretly in your head have that like mindset. Like there's 5 of you, there's that's Ashley, she's the pretty one. Oh, that's Laura, she's the smart one. That's Dave, he's the strong guy. There's the partier, Michael. And there's Todd. Todd's the funny guy. He makes a few jokes and you keep him there because he's funny. But like none of you 100% know that because some of you think you're smart and some of you know that you're not smart. And it's just like, what part of my ego should I have that like gives me a position that everybody will agree with? Because like there's the smart guy. The smart guy is usually the one that will like. The smart guy, I swear, never has like grades that match up. Like other friends of mine got better grades than I did, and that doesn't mean like I failed everything. Like I did pretty well. But other people had better grades than me, but I always thought I was the smart guy because I could always solve a problem faster than they could, or I could see like the whatever I could see what they could do. But if you needed help like pushing a car out of the driveway because the battery's dead, I wasn't your guy. I'm like, oh, like I can figure out how to solve a problem from like a rookie's point of view, but if it requires like actual knowledge on something, I'm not your guy. Can you figure out this math problem for me? Oh yeah, there you go. It's finished. Oh, can you help me figure out how to fix this circuit board? I'm like, I didn't go to school for that. I'm not the guy. You should pay a guy to help. You should help a guy. And like what? I always hear like older people talk about it a lot, like people above the age of 35. They never go to a mechanic. I've never seen one of them go to a mechanic. It's always like I have a friend or I can fix it. Where did that mentality like start and stop? Because like you think of like the people in the 40s and the 50s, and it's all that black and white footage of them driving like a Cadillac. And he's like, just off on another sunshiny day. And then a tire pops and they don't know how to change it, so they just call a tow truck. They get the guy moving, and then they're like, well, that's the old Jiffy Lube over there. He can help out with anything that I need. And then we're off to our suburban house. And then like the next generation apparently knew a guy who knows a guy who can fix this. But then like that mostly skipped us. That mostly skipped like whatever generation I'm part of. My nose itches. Hopefully that'll fix it. But like it's I never see that a lot. Like people my age, they don't know a guy who knows a guy. They know like Fred who can who like knows the local who knows the number to the guy. But that guy is usually just an employee at an auto zone. And it's just I don't want to keep repeating myself and saying like it's weird, but like shouldn't that have been passed down? That secret should be like passed down. Like my parents never said like make friends with my parents never said make friends with like the local mechanic because he could be your best friend at some point. They always said like just make friends with whoever you're friends with. But like, shouldn't I kiss ass a little bit so I can get a discount on some stuff? Like, imagine me. All right, make friends with whoever you want to make friends with, and you make friends with like your little clique, the group of people you met at school, and now you just stay with that. Like, you don't go any further. It's like, what about that cop that you always see that always comes in on like 7 o'clock to wherever you work? Well, you can always try to make friends with him. Like, yeah, you can, but like he's a cop. He's trying to do his job. But if you make they never said that. They never said make friends with the people that you should be friends with, rather than like just the people that you are making friends with. Because it always led to like make friends with. Now I'm friends with a ton of nerds who don't know how to change a tire. But there's the guy who became a cop right out of high school somehow, and nobody wants to talk to him because he was not that funny in high school. Yeah. They're always like, be yourself. But don't kiss ass. If you kiss ass, then you're a kiss ass, and that's not good. But how am I going to get my car fixed for really cheap? You're just going to keep your one guy named Bubba who lives down the street? He'll fix anything for $40. Well, can you teach me how to make friends with somebody like that? And they're like, no, that's mine. That's my guy. You can't have it. Go somewhere else. I feel like this is a southern problem more than anything else. Like I guarantee there's not somebody in like Oregon who's just like, well, I guess I'm done with this. I'm gonna go home and I bet if you like the further you go north in America, you run into less and less people named Bubba. Like even if that's not their name, that could be like a nickname the family gave them. But it like starts at the very bottom. It starts at like Florida and that bottom part of Texas, and it just the concentration of people named Bubba slowly dwindles as it gets to the top until there's like one every 500 miles. And like they must treasure that guy or they hate his guts. Cuz like once you're the only redneck guy in like a 500 in like a big span, once you're the only redneck in like a 500 span, you become a natural resource that needs to be used correctly. It was like, all right, we need somebody who knows how to put in drywall, basic construction. We also need a guy who knows how to have fun. We need a guy who can catch any animal under the sun, no matter what it is. Somebody who can, out of nowhere, teach you how to play any instrument that isn't hooked up to electricity. And we also need a master tailor. 6 skills, all just condensed into a guy who wears overalls with no shirt and he has no general shape of what his hair wants to be, but it's there. And like you go down the street and you're like, I think we're in his neighborhood. Why? Because I can hear the banjo. You get down there, and not only do you leave with the best fried insanity that he calls food, but you like finally get out. You finally like get out and you've driven away, and everything on your truck is fixed. Everything about you is filled with grease and cholesterol, and you could not feel happier. Like you just walked away with the best recipe for sweet tea you've ever came up with. Every northern plate, everybody above, like, if you're above Kentucky, I feel like you should go down to Kentucky or somewhere beneath there for 2 weeks just to see, like, how different southern life is. Because, like, that's one thing. In America, there's so many different states that are all just like 50 different places. All of them have slight variations when it comes to their own culture and where they come from. And we like to make fun of, like, Americans like to make fun of England for being like, oh, you're barely the size of Georgia. How can you be so different? Then you realize, like, Ireland, Scotland, England, uh, Germany, Belgium, all those different places are right next to each other, and they all have such drastically different cultures, even though it'll take you an hour to drive from one end to the other. And we all try to act like, oh, America is such a united place. Like, I guarantee you, if you drove 5 hours from the middle of Tennessee to, like, just straight north, you would run into more cultures than you've ever seen in your life. Oh, we're all in the same country, so we must be like the same people. No. If you go to Florida and then you go to California and then you go to Wisconsin, I guarantee you not a damn one of them is going to be the same. They're probably all going to be white. But that's about it. You go there and it's just going to be a whole bunch of like different levels of white people who all have different types of food. California is out of their mind, and they think they can just like shove a whole bunch of different cultures together so they can be above every other state. And then they're like, oh, we're so diverse, and they're eating shit that other countries do not approve of. Like, oh, look at this. This is our Asian district. We don't want to say little. We don't want to say Chinatown because that implies that other countries are not part of the Asian experience. And you go there, and it's like white people making ramen noodles badly, badly, and then you go to like Wisconsin where everybody's just super nice and they talk weird and they all have cheese. And everybody's like, okie dokie there, guys, let me just go put on my green and yellow for the Packers. Oh, I'm gonna get eaten by a wolf as soon as I shovel my way out of my front door. They open the door and it's just a wall of snow that they have to like dig out with the spoon that they've kept for 7 years because that's all it's good for now. And then you go to Florida where everybody is on drugs. If they're not on drugs, they're already out of their mind. Fucking dinosaurs walk around on the beach, the swamps, they crawl on the land, and those motherfuckers can climb. Alligators can climb. That's fucking scary. And that's only three things. Then you've got the general fact that out of everywhere in America, the only place where magic mushrooms grow naturally is Florida. Florida. Florida does not deserve to be a state. Florida is out of their fucking mind, and I am never going back there. I was born there, I'm not going back. Fuck Florida. If I somehow end up running for president, you can quote me on this. We will saw off Florida and then throw it into the middle of Africa and see what happens. Like, we'll take, like, you know what? We're done dealing with these people. You deal with them, and then you throw all of the guys who are wearing, like, greasy wife beaters that are covered in both dirt and meth, and then we throw, and they have like pet monsters that they keep on leashes that are bulletproof except for a square 1 inch above their head that people are like, well, I guess I'll just go down here and I think I'm eating gator tonight. And then they blow the thing's head, they blow a hole in their head with a 44 fucking Magnum because that's the only thing that works against them. And these things are not rare. They're not rare. For anybody who's watching, if you live in the South, the only way that I can explain it is that alligators in Florida are deer. If you see a deer in the South, that's the equivalent of seeing an alligator in Florida. Everybody thinks they're pretty the first 20 times they see them, but after the first hour and a half of being in Florida, when you've seen your 21st alligator, you think, maybe we have a problem. Maybe there's a good reason we shouldn't have them. Maybe there's a good reason all the people here are out of their fucking minds and deserve to be eaten by the dinosaurs that we decided to keep alive. Alligators should be in two places. Number one, on the other side of the fucking planet with, I think China is the place that has them. I think they're called like, there should be in China and Africa. And if those two can't deal with it, then it goes to Australia. But I'm pretty sure those are crocodiles. They just stay there. Alligators do not belong in the fucking part of the planet where magic mushrooms, psychedelic plants grow in the wild. Let me say that again. Psychedelics grow in the mud you walk across your yard in. Holy fucking shit. Ima- Imagine if you're in like your wherever the fuck you are. Imagine if, and this is all of Florida. Florida is bigger, from my comparison. Florida is bigger than Georgia. Georgia is the same size as England. Imagine if all of England plus about, I don't know, 100 square feet, 100 by 100, just all of that land plus all of Georgia, 100, no, not 100 square miles, not feet, 100 square miles plus all of Georgia up in England were covered in plants that grew ecstasy. That would be them. But then, like, but then let's say, semi-aquatic murder lizards just strolled out of the water every once in a while because they felt like it. The people there are high, drunk, out of their mind, and they all have rights. Like, one of the stories that I see a lot on the internet is a guy threw a an alligator into the McDonald's drive-through, and he was arrested and accused of assault with a deadly weapon. Like, these guys don't even classify alligators as animals. They call them weapons. Like, this is nothing wrong with them. I really like alligators. They're most of them are cute. Some of them get scarier once they get bigger. It's like having a pet raptor, but instead it trades in its speed for being able to sit underwater for 10 fucking minutes like it's no big deal. You know, it's a it's people need to get on this and just start digging. Whatever Teddy Roosevelt was doing in Panama to create that big ass canal, we need to do with Florida so that we no longer have to call it a state and just call it, like, from where Florida starts and just all the way until the very end of it, where it ends connected to, like, Mississippi or wherever the fuck. We just dig like 50 feet down and just start here, 50 feet moat that just goes deep enough to where it's legally considered a river until eventually it just right there, and then we connect it to the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, Atlantic. And then we just watch as it fills in with water, and then and then every American takes the civil right to push Florida further off into the ocean until it eventually meets with South America, and then we don't have to deal with them anymore. All the different crazy shit, they can just deal with it. If the zombie apocalypse starts, it's gonna start in fucking Florida. It's not gonna start near any like Pentagon base of like, oh, the government created a virus that they can't control. Now they're zombie. It's gonna be someone down there is fucking around with their own different type of methamphetamine, their own type of heroin, that weird crocodile stuff that people are out of their mind for making in the first place. They're going to like shove it all together, put it inside of like a Yahtzee cup, leave it alone for 30 days because they forgot that it was there because they were too busy being in jail for, I don't know, public nudity. That seems fitting for Florida. They put it in there, they come back, they're like, oh, what's this? And then they start attacking everybody else. And the thing, and it would be a weird thing, is like, why is there a guy making a whole bunch of those, like, strange guttural noises? Why is there a guy making all those strange guttural noises just walking around the street? Oh, that's probably Kenny. He's having a bad day as usual. Yeah, I heard his wife left him since he went to jail for the 17th time. Said it was almost over at 16, but 17, that's what broke the camel's back. Literally, public nudity. He's so well endowed down there. He flopped it on top of the camel. Oh no, my hairpiece. I hope you don't think bad of me. It's like he's just so like down there. Bam, right on top of the local zoo. Came up to a camel. Bam, broke its back. His wife said it was done. That's it. No more for you. I'm going back to our dad's house. And then it didn't work out from there. And then he would attack somebody and then eat their face. And you want to know the fun thing about a guy getting attacked and their face being eaten by a guy on drugs? That probably wouldn't go noticed because it's already fucking happened in Florida. A zombie attack is not big news in Florida because it's already happened. A recent study has shown that Floridians, the people who live in Florida, have some of the lowest mental illness in all of America. Not only is that not true, but that sounds incredibly insulting to all the other parts of America. Like if you go to Maine where all those Stephen King books are made, I guarantee those people are better set in the mind than the motherfuckers down there who, and I'm using that term literally, motherfuckers. That's where them motherfuckers are. All right, they go down there, they're filled with that. Yeah, if you're from Florida, dislike the fucking video. I don't care. Your downvotes don't matter to me. Because apparently you don't make good decisions because A, you live in Florida, B, you still live in Florida, and C, if this doesn't convince you to leave Florida, then you probably belong there. When hell gets full, Florida's gonna get a few new residents. Hell, maybe that'll make it better. This has turned from me like trying to figure out how to start a video to ranting about how I hate Florida with a passion. And it's totally okay. Because people in different countries, anyone out there is watching and they don't live in America, Florida is what happens when Australia only has one mostly crazy animal. And I say one loosely because I haven't been down there in 10 years and I don't intend on going back. Look, the place is, it's what happens when Florida is what happens when you leave a trailer, like a trailer park, alone for a long period of time. Like, people are still living in that trailer park, but it's been left alone for so long that you're afraid to go into it anymore. Like, if any of you live in a trailer park, you would rather not be in a trailer park, I'm guessing. Like, where do you live? Oh, trailer park. Oh, do you live in a nice one? You're like, what's a nice trailer park supposed to look like? Oh, it's supposed to look really nice, a little lawn flamingos everywhere. You walk your dog every once in a while. Yeah, I don't think you know what a trailer park is. Everybody who lives in a trailer park does not want to live in that trailer park. Let me just get that out there. I've lived in one. I don't want to live in one anymore. I'm happy with where I am. See all that? See that purple and green wall? That's drywall. Not a trailer. Ballin' for Jesus. But like, God damn, I forgot how much I hated Florida. Like, it's... Louisiana's on thin fucking ice, too. You guys are this close to being Florida. There's not nearly as much drug usage, and it's not nearly as publicized because you guys are fucking swamp people. And you guys have an amusing accent. The only difference between Louisiana and Florida is that we understand the bullshit coming out of Florida people's mouth. Louisiana does not have that sort of stuff. They have like, oh, it sounds funny. They got that old Hayden. Like, we can't understand you, therefore we don't think you're out of your mind. But Florida people speak closer to human. I feel like everything below, like, if you took the bottom 70 miles of, like, where Tennessee is, and just sawed all the way until you got to, like, Arizona, and then just sawed all the way to Arizona, went down the border, went down the, like, the side border of Arizona so that it survives, most of it, except for that bottom part. And then you sew around Texas, and then clip off that weird little hump that they got there, where San Antonio, like, part, wherever, I don't know the geology of it. You cut that part off, and then, like, skewer it around Mexico. They haven't done a lot bad in a while. Just picked that up, and then threw it in the fucking ocean. Now you throw it the other way so that it hits the Pacific, and people don't have to deal with it every bit. They'd be like, we can finally be our own state. We can finally be our own union again. The Confederacy has risen, and so is the sea levels. And now all the crazy people are dead because they sunk. And I gotta say, thumbs up for me. Vote for me for president, and I will get rid of Florida. All of it. No exceptions. We gotta put them down. You will set it once everything is gone from it. We salt the land, set whatever's alive on fire, and then whatever dirt is left, we will we will take a ton of dirt, a single ton of dirt, and then sprinkle it into the ocean once a day, 1 ton a day, until it's gone. By the end of the 25th century, we should have all of it gone. We shall no longer deal with it. Florida will never be talked about again. Everybody will be like, but where did cousin Billy Bob Joe Billy Bob Joe Finbar Lucas? Where did he go? Oh, he's in a better place. What's that better place? Probably hell. He's not coming back. He lived in Florida, and as we know by the church and of God, that's a sin. What happened to everybody in, like, Mississippi and Alabama and Georgia and South Carolina and all these other different places? They're in hell too. They lived in a bad place, so now they go to a better place where there's probably a lot less racism. This is almost a 40-minute video. I'm going to title this video something in the lines of fuck Florida in general. Vote for me for president, and I will do 10 things, and only 10 things. After I'm done with that, I will sit in my desk and play on my phone. Once I'm done with that, no more. Once that 10 things happen, you can impeach me. You can't impeach me. I'm done. I did all my stuff. You can't say I didn't promise. Exactly. I will not follow the Democrats. I will not follow the Republicans. I will have my own group called the the Red Sons, and it will be dedicated to people who believe in 10 things. Number one, we got to get rid of Florida. Number two, we got to hide the fact that Florida exists. Number three, we gotta make it to where you're allowed one free punch. One free punch should be allowed everywhere. Like, imagine how many problems can be solved with one free punch. One free punch. If you're in a fight, like, um, if you find out your girlfriend is cheating on you with another guy, and then you go to therapy, you work it out, and you're like, oh, it's just sex. It's not that big of a deal. We can move on. We can get on with our lives. She felt remorseful for it. I'm willing to accept it. But then you have like this deep hatred that you kind of like don't know what to do because like it's just I feel insecure because like maybe she doesn't love me anymore. How much of that could be solved if you just walked up to the guy and very kindly said, you handed him, you pull out your wallet, it's a little card that just says one free punch, you give it to him, and then you wind up Popeye style where it's just, and then you blast him like right, like the cheekbone right here, just bam. You probably break your knuckle, but then and he just falls to the floor. You feel better about yourself. You just like, one free punch. That's all we needed. World problems can be solved with one free punch. You could trade that punch in for like a slap or anything. Like, imagine if somebody threatened one country and the other country threatened each other back. Another country that's still doing good should just be like, I invoked my one free punch, and then like backhands both of us and be like, get your shit together. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. Deal with it. Nobody is afraid of either of you. Just move on. And then, like, that's the end of the thing. And onto that whole you'd probably break your knuckle thing. Third thing, free healthcare no matter what it is, ever. Like, at all. Free healthcare forever, regardless of what it is. Unmitigated, doesn't matter. Oh, you broke your arm? Free healthcare to fix that. That'll be done. That'll be done. At the end of the week, you have the cast. You have the cast by the end of your first doctor's visit. Oh, yeah, there you go. You'll be healed up as soon as you're done. You have an addiction to painkillers. You have an addiction to painkillers. Oh, that's covered in my medical insurance, my free medical care. You get sent to rehab. They figure out how to get you clean. You go through all that. You decide you don't like the way your eye looks because one of them is yellow and the other one is blue. Let's fix that bitch. Make one of them like the one kid from Black Butler where it's just like where it's just like a pentagram. It's like, that's exactly what I wanted. Blue eye pentagram that says I control the devil. Need to check my phone for a second. That's my third. That's my fourth running plan. Number 5, everybody gets one cup. Everybody takes a name, puts their name on those cups, and that is your cup. That is your cup. You get one cup. No more cups past that. None of this, I'll just leave it there. And somebody comes back and is like, oh, look, clear liquid in a cup. I bet there's water in it. Oh, it's not. The water is a little warm. And then you come back after a long day's work. He's like, there's my cup. And then you take a sip, and congratulations, you have the flu. Ew, everybody gets one cup. You can customize it to look like whatever you want, but you get one cup. We shut down all factories that make cups and then leave it alone past that. After that, that's my number 5. We need what's number 6? You're legally allowed to do whatever you want to death row inmates. Like bad death row inmates. Not like I killed one person and now I'm on death row. No, it's like if you burnt down an orphanage, we should be allowed to like do human experimentation on you. Like we're not gonna get superheroes unless we fuck up Karen the cannibal. Like Karen the cannibal, we should be allowed to test whether or not this drug is gonna give you superhuman strength. Puts it into her, she starts getting buff, we blast her in the head, and then we move on to the next person. Like this sounds a little mean, but like I've had more time than I probably should have to think about this, and I really do. Like this is promising. I mean, they fucked up their life enough to where they're not really getting more of it. They fucked up their life enough to where everybody in the state and the country decided like, yeah, no more life for you. We're gonna take that away. No more life. Done. Done. You're stopped. Stopped. And then we grab you. We figure out what can turn us into Captain America, and then once you start showing signs of improvement, we put you down, and then we take that and test it on the soldiers. Number seven. Every international conflict will be based on a you get done what you did to us. It's an equality system. If somebody declares war on us, we declare war on them. Simple as that. If you if a terrorist organization attacks us, we kill everybody in the terrorist organization. We kill. If there's a terrorist organization of 100 people that attack America and they kill 100 people, we kill 100 people of them dead. If there's if there's like a group of 5,000 people who don't like our country and they end up killing like 2,000, we go back and kill 2,000 of them. Like you can't say it's not an eye for an eye. That's a good strategy. Equality overall. Just if we bomb you, out of anger or spite, you can bomb us. You get one free shot to bomb wherever you want. Alright, it's like we did it, we deserved it. Fair game. Number seven. Number seven. We still got three more of these. Number seven. Give children pepper spray. All children get pepper spray. No matter who they are, they get an unlimited amount of pepper spray that they can use anytime, no matter what. Someone's being me. Imagine how quick bullying would be solved if you just fucking. And the person, like. If a person was caught being bullied, you take the pepper spray away from them. And then you spray the fucking kid in the eyes. No, you bend his head back like this and just go straight up the nose, and the kid has asthma for the rest of his life. Because like, well, you thought it would be a good idea to make fun of this 6-year-old's ratty clothes because he can't afford anything better, and you thought it would be a good idea to make fun of him. How about we shove the pepper spray straight into your nostrils? Bullying gets solved if everybody has pepper spray. It's not lethal, but it hurts like a son of a bitch. Number 8. No more sex ed. No more sex ed. Doesn't teach you shit. This is my only legitimate, not a joke, like, idea. No more sex ed. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. You don't learn anything from it. It's like, here's what happened. Penis and the vagina, man, this is what happens. This is how reproduction works, and that's how it works. No, it's dumb. It doesn't work. All you end up learning is names of things that you've probably heard from movies. Done. No more. Number 8. I still got 2 more of these. I should not have committed to this joke, but I'm still into it. If you're part of a group and you try to forcefully get other people onto that part of the group, we get more than one free punch. Punch. I'm a vegan and I feel like you should be too. No, it's okay. I'm happy living my lifestyle. Well, why won't you convert to my idea? It's such a good way of thinking. But like mine doesn't, it doesn't change. You just eat that. Well, you're a murderer. You kill animals. I feel like you should be just like one. Like, not enough people are being punched today. That's my point. Not enough people are being like, back off. What are you gonna do? Hit me? Yeah. Bam. Fucking long-haired Gary who eats an edible every 2 days to keep him mellowed out, and he has a Grateful Dead t-shirt, and the back of it says like, vegan and proud. And he always walks around with those $20 fucking sandwiches that are like chicken, but they're not chicken. And he tries to make it out. They're like, "Oh, it's such a healthy lifestyle. I feel like I'm just doing so much good." Like they haven't been like one solid punch, one solid, just shut up, quiet. Because at a certain point, shut the fuck up doesn't do a lot to you anymore. It doesn't fit. Shut the fuck up doesn't like completely get the point across. Same thing with religion. Don't be a dick about religion. It's supposed to be something you enjoy. On that note, number 9, prostitution is now legal. Not for the reasons you think. I just want the quality of everything to be better. You shouldn't pay $200 and then worry if your dick's gonna fall off the next day. Because you don't walk into a retail store that sells clothes at a discounted price and think like, "Oh, I wonder if there's holes in this that are gonna show off my ass." It's a big thing. Number 10, number 9. God damn it. I think I might have fucked up the numbers at some point, but I'm gonna keep going. Number 9, make weed legal everywhere. I don't smoke it and I don't give a fuck about it, but I want to make it legal so that people can stop hiding it and making it seem like it's the cool thing. It's not the cool thing. It's just like a thing that exists. It's existed for fucking million years. And it's annoying and people won't shut up about it. People try to act like, yeah, it's awesome. I don't care. Shut up. And number 2, the final thing, free internet, fuck you. Free internet, nothing else. One company makes internet and it's free forever and there's no pay in it. You just continuously make it better, and make it better, and shut up about it. You don't make profit from it. That's it. That's all I'm doing. You thought I was going to be like, oh, collecting rainwater should be free. Fuck that. No free rainwater. I'm doing 10 things and then I'm going home. 10 things, then I'm playing on my phone for the rest of my term. That's it. No more. And holy shit, this is almost going to hit 55 minutes, so I feel like I should end this off a little bit. Because I feel like I've gone on more of a rant than I should have. Like, I went on like one thing. I went on like 3 things this time. This is getting easier and easier. I think this is fun. And I got enough hats to make it enjoyable for the next time. So, on that note, I just want to say to anybody who's watching this, you must have pretty low standards for being here. But to anybody who's enjoying this, thanks. It's nice. It's nice for people to enjoy my point of view. If you have another point of view, I'd love to hear about it. I'm an open-minded guy. Just trust me. I'm willing to learn. But don't give me like stupid things like, this is better for you. Why? Because it is. No. Evidence, and I'm willing to learn. But other than that, thanks again for giving me this opportunity. It's really fun doing this. And just nice. It's nice to do this. So, in the meantime, have a nice day, a great tomorrow, and I'd like to say, red sun setting. Bye, guys.